Hi, everyone. Welcome back. This is the part two for researching my careers. So I'm just going to continue the video by showing you guys the three different websites that I was speaking of. The first one is mynextmove.org. So, each one of these really have their own good things and bad things about the website. So we're gonna use all three of these so you can guys can get a best kind of overall broad sense of your career. So let's do my next move. Let me see. Let me transition over so you can see. Sorry. Okay, so my next move. So this is the homepage for my next move. It is set up in three different parts. So the first part, you guys can just search up your careers, um, keywords. So you can put like nursing, you can put doctor, you can put industry, you can put um, any kind of industry, like business, or if you guys have a general sense or not sure exactly what the exact career is, put something as broad as like business, and then you'll get like a number of different hits. So we'll do that in a second. You guys can also browse careers through industry. So if you look at this, there are several different industries that you can look up. um, so you can do that if you are unsure, or if you just want to look, right? The third one is essentially it's another personality test that will, I think this one's the Holland. Um, I'm not exactly sure, but you can click on this and basically it's going to ask you your interest, and it'll match you up with a career, and it'll break things down depending on how much training you want, whether it's just a associate's, bachelor, master, PhD. Okay, so for those that might be unsure, go ahead and do that. So I'm going to start off. Let me see what I want to do. Let's do it something easy. I'll put nurse. Okay. So if you look at this, I put nurse. There are several different kinds of nursing, right? The basic one is the registered nurse. So for you guys who are doing nursing, I want you guys to just look at the most basic one that you want to achieve, but also look at the highest one that you want to achieve, like the one that is specialized. So for you guys who want to do nurse practitioner, there's that right here too. Okay, um, so let's look at registered nurse. All right, so my next move has a bunch of different information. You can watch a career video and it'll give you like a 5-minute video on what registered nurses do. This is a short summary on what they do. This is what their duties are right here. So on the job you would, and there's 3 bullet points right here: maintain accurate details, administer medications, record patients' medical information. This is very, very general, right? Um, right here, you'll also notice that the kind of knowledge that you'll need um, to be a registered nurse, basic skills and basic abilities that you'll need to do the job. So I would advise you to kind of look over this and study this. What I like about my next move is that they also cover personality. So these are 6 bullet points that they highlighted, um, that you really, really need as a nurse, right? So attention to detail, integrity, cooperation, concern for others, dependability, stress tolerance. I all agree. Those are all essential to be a nurse. Um, this is the technology that you'll be using. So as a registered nurse, you're going to be using a lot of, you're going to type in and do a lot of notes. You're going to use a lot of, software where you have to, it's essentially your, record keeping for your patients. Um, so the education level, what I like about this site is that it'll break down the education level that you'll need. So right here, you can be a registered nurse by getting either a bachelor's level or a associate's. Um, and if you're a nurse, I should have spoken to you about like why that is. Like you can get an RN with an associate's level degree, but to work at a high level hospital, you will need a bachelor level degree. Um, you can click on find training and you can put in your zip code. So we'll put in 10007. That's the zip code of BMCC. And it'll look up all the different schools around the area that offer nursing as a degree. Okay, so this is really good information, right? Um, if you don't get into the BMCC nursing program, there's all these other programs that you guys can look at. Um, so that's some good information right here. Let me see if I can get out of this. Okay, go back to registered nurse. Okay. Okay, so let's go over Job Outlook. So right here is essentially it's kind of like predicting whether there's going to be jobs when you guys graduate in 2, 3, 4, 5 years, right? So right here, like I said, the medical industry is very healthy, so it looks bright. You might see a cloudy, you might see like rain. So make sure you look at this and see if your industry is in a healthy shape. So you can see the salary right here, 71,000 is the median for all throughout the country. So if you're, planning on working in New York State, it's going to be higher because if you're working on, like California, it's going to be higher. So if you want to, really look at your local salary, you could check out My State right here, or you can check out the local salary even more specific to your area, like New York City. So let's do this. Let's look at New York City's salary for a nurse. It should be a lot more than 71, the median. Yeah, it's a lot more. Well, yeah, the median right here for New York City is 91,000, right? So it's $20,000 more than the median of the country, which is significant. All right, and the high, you can go up to 123. Wow, that's really nice. Okay, so back, and then we will, let me see. So then these are also similar jobs. So let's say, you do this and you study to be a nurse and then you realize that you don't really want to be a nurse. You want to do something else in the medical field. You can look up all these other, jobs related to the health profession. Okay, so that's essentially my next move. I'm gonna go over and show you guys. I'm gonna show you guys another website called mymajors.com. So when you get here, this is how it looks. You can go to the For Students section, and then it's going to ask you to, fill out all this information if you want to do one of those Holland Code personality tests. Don't do that. You don't have to do that. I want you to just click on Careers right here, and then it'll take you to this page. So if you know exactly what career you want, you can type it here. You can look at all the different industries right here. I am going to, let's switch it up. Let's go graphic designer. Sure. All right, so graphic designer. So it breaks it down into overview, education, schools, skills, and salary, right? Um, So the overview, these are all the important activities and the things, the responsibilities and duties that you're going to be doing. So again, all very good information. And you guys can take a look. And it's rated on importance, or and okay. And then I'll look at education. So what should I major in to become a graphic designer? So these are all the different majors that you can major in, um, which is good information, right? All the related careers. Again, this is like, if you guys want to move up, move down, there's different levels to be a graphic designer, but also like all these similar jobs right here, um, that you can do, right? Uh, Required education, it says here that it's just needs a bachelor level. Okay. Let's click on schools. So this is really cool. You can search by public school, private school, associate's level, bachelor's level, small, medium, and large, and you can, search through that. Okay. Um, I would do this instead of this side, because most of these schools right here, I would imagine, have like sponsored or put money into this website. So I would definitely go on the left side. Okay. Skills. So we already touched a little bit on skills with the front page, but again, this is like all the different skills right here and knowledge needed to become a graphic designer. So I would really look into this. Work styles. Oh, this is nice. Oh, you need to have attention to detail, innovation, dependability. Okay, cool. Um, and then lastly, the salary, right? So this is the lesson where a lot of my students will, they'll look up the salary and then they'll start changing their major because they're not happy with the salary. So this is important for you to know. Graphic designers, how much do you guys think they'll make median of the country? I think it's probably like 56,000. Let's look. Ooh, 52. I went over. So, all right. So 52,000. Um, Nationally, there's over 200,000 graphic designers. So, that's that's okay starting off, right? So that is my majors. The last website that I want you guys to take a look at is this one right here. Let me see. My Princeton Review, or I'm sorry, Princeton Review. And the website is it's a little tricky. Make sure you guys put down princetonreview.com/career dash search. If you don't do that, it's just the Princeton Review, which is a totally different website, and it's more about like test prep and different things. So this website, I like it because it gives you a more qualitative um, description of your job. So it's more like the other two is very like um, hard data. This one is like it's like speaking to somebody. It's like getting information from give you like a day in the life, or it'll give you like paying your dues. What are the first 2-3 years going to be like? So I like that kind of information. Let me see, because it's complementary to the other two websites, I think. Let me see, what should I put? Let me put social worker, because I'm a social worker. All right, so okay, so it says here, day in the life of a social worker. You can read that. It also says paying your dues. So what does paying your dues mean? It's like the first few years are going to be very difficult, um, and you might not get paid the best. You might have to really work hard and like learn a lot of different skills. Um, It'll tell you like how like the work requirements or the education requirements, what they are, um, and then the future and the present, what that looks like. Again, this is about um, how your industry is going to look in a few years, right? um, Quality of life, which is very important, right? That's something that the other two websites really doesn't show, but this is, something that is really, really important. Um, your work-life balance, right? What does your 5-year trajectory look like? Let's say you're, in that kind of intermediate area. What does your job look like when it's 10 years into the job? If you're like, looking to be a senior position or managerial position, how does that look, right? So that's this website. All right. Okay. So I gave you 3 different websites for you to look at and research your career. It's listed right here. Oops. Okay, so the rest is really up to you and how for you to independently look at these websites. I would also look at a bunch of other different careers, not just the one that you're focused on. So take the time right now to really look around and see what you might want to do and be open as possible, right? Because right now we're just researching. You're not like signing on a dotted line that this is going to be your major or this is going to be your career. Do the research so you can really understand what you're getting yourself into. Okay. So that's it for me. um, I'm going to follow up with all my students with an email for this. So yeah, um, I will see you soon then. Okay, take care. Bye.